Alright guys, we're testing out the Gigliotti TP9 trigger. First test, again, I think this is going to be amazing. Went over and did a re-zero of the gun with this new trigger. Zeroing is way easier than with the factory trigger. If anybody that owns this and uses this, they know, the trigger sucks to begin with, but if you're trying to actually zero this gun, it's even worse because you can't get a consistent trigger pull each time. But with this, zeroing was a breeze and the groups were significantly better. So again, let's do some additional testing here. Again, shooting on some steel down there at 20 yards. Go slow fire. Let's just test it out. Real simple. Really doing good. I'm going to go down and reset up my steel and test out some more. I think I got like 6 rounds in this magazine. We'll do that. Then we'll go get another fresh magazine and just test it out. I'm just going to shoot this into the dirt for right now just to kind of test out so you can kind of see. We'll do the standard fire there. Check the reset. So if I let off the trigger, it does, it does reset. Pull the trigger, fire, hold the trigger back, check the reset, make sure it works too. Trigger is held back, so we're going to let off. And I hear the audible click, so it obviously reset. Fires. Obviously that was a few rounds, rapid fire. Again, much easier to shoot fast with this trigger. We're just getting a new mag, test out some more. All right, we got ourselves a fresh magazine put in there. We're gonna do some shooting on steel, do some single taps just to get used to it, and then we'll try to do some rapid fire taps on the steel and see how that works. So again, just slow firing, real simple, real easy to keep on steel. Again, 20 yards down there. We're gonna do like say 5 shots, quick succession, and see how that works. All right, so 4 out of 5, not bad. That's on me, but again, the trigger is right now is fantastic in comparison. So let's do a little bit more. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. This is so far. So again, guys, I mean, for anybody that owns a TP9 or has saw a lot of the reviews on the TP9, again, it's an awesome looking gun, very compact. I mean, fold that stock up. Again, it's super compact. I think the big thing is, without a doubt, everybody agrees the trigger is the holdback on this gun. And again, with this new Gigliotti trigger, this is a game changer. I mean, I hate to say that. I mean, it's an overused term in any market, but definitely the firearm market. But for sure, for this specific gun, this is amazing upgrade. It's expensive. I will have to go back. I'll put up somewhere the price of the trigger. I wanted to say it was close to 500. Again, I'll put up the exact amount, but you have to keep in mind, when people compare that to say like an AR trigger, where you can get a decent upgraded trigger for 100 bucks, a little bit more. Keep in mind, this is completely brand new. Everything's redesigned. Trigger bow, trigger arm, that whole searing assembly. Again, if you watch my install video, you could just see how absolutely complicated it is. It's a Swiss gun, so that pretty much goes to why it probably was over-engineered and over-complicated. But I would say, again, Gigliotti, when they did this, they were looking to get this less complicated and more efficient, and they've outdone themselves. You know, if B&T was smart, they would probably just get in contact with Gigliotti and get these installed from the factory. The factory trigger is just a completely limiting factor and just frankly kind of ruins this gun. But now with this trigger, I mean, fantastic, fantastic. I know I'll be saying that quite a bit probably in these videos and these reviews, but so far, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, guys, we've been just testing 115 range ammo. That was all the testing that we were doing up until now. I've got some 147s in here, flat nose. Not so much a test of maybe the trigger, though we do want to make sure it resets. It's just, this will probably be more a function of, you know, does the gun handle and like a 147. So these will be subsonic. Um, First few shots, I'm going to just shoot into the dirt just to see if we can tell any, or at least see if the mic picks up any sound difference. All right, 147s. And then we had a, like I said, I don't think the gun likes the flat nose that much. Probably end up needing it if I want to get subsonics, get some round nose. But yeah, shoot on some steel here. All right, guys, in my last 20 rounds, we'll get these on steel. Well, actually, we'll shoot some on dirt and steel, like 10 and 10, and then we'll come back and do a little bit of a wrap up. All right, do the last 10 on steel. Good. All right, guys, a little bit of a wrap up here. I shot about 200 rounds today. Um, Trigger worked perfectly fine. No issues there. Just the one issue with the feeding of the flat nose, but again, that's an issue with the gun, not and the ammo, not the trigger itself. Again, trigger worked perfectly fine. Hard to convey in a video, at least from your perspective. But for me, trigger is super crisp, super fast. Hopefully some of the shooting kind of shows that, but you know, they did a limited run, or at least an initial pre-order limited run. Um, Again, I got lucky to get in on that. Took a while for them to actually get out into production, get it all out there. So again, I think it's, you know, again, the price is, it was steep, but again, I think if you own this gun and you've been waiting and wishing and hoping that there was a trigger that would actually fix this gun and make it what you always hope it would be, um, this Gigliotti trigger is, I think right now, this is it. I mean, it really is the only trigger out there, so it kind of is de facto it. But uh, again, if you have the gun and you're thinking about it, I would just keep watching their Instagram page, um, just to see if they start a new production run of them, or just call them directly and see what their thoughts are, try to get on a list or something like that. Um, but yeah, like I said, if it comes out, I'm sure with more people getting them, hopefully some more reviewers also, you know, people give some their own personal reviews and put them out there. But again, if it's anything like what I'm experiencing right now, I think that's going to be glowing reviews.